Hey, Northeast PA, what's going on? It is EJ Samuel, not Rob O'Donnell. Rob, hope you're enjoying your time off. So you'll notice, Jake, you've done a great job, first of all, doing the first hour. Way to go, my friend.
Oh, thanks, man.
And now we are here. I'm EJ Samuel. You normally hear me doing the traffic, but one other thing that I'm very interested in is high school football, local high school football. And Rob talked with me before we left, and we were like, you know what? I'm not going to be here, but we still need to cover local high school football because it is important. It's a very important thing in our area. So we are going to go over all of the Week 1 playoff games. First off, I'm going to bring in my guests first and foremost. All three of us are from the same website, PAFootballNews.com. My father to my right. This is my father, J-Man. Go ahead.
Jared Samuel, and listen, been doing work with PA Football News almost 4 years, man. It's been a great ride and good stuff to talk about today.
And, of course, now, directly in front of me, making his radio debut, this is Jake Mills, who we have just brought in just this past year. And he's done fantastic. He's brilliant, and he's one of the upcomers in the media. Jake,
yes,
how are you, buddy?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
And you know what, folks? I think it's time for football. So much going on. I mean, where do we even begin? I think what we need to do is we need to talk about them Berwick Bulldogs to start. They've got a home game. They're the number 1 seed. They play number 4 in 3A Hanover area. Jake, you want to start us off by talking about this game real quick?
Yeah, I mean, this game is, Berwick had a fantastic year. Running back Tymir Wilkerson, I got to bring this up. He had 2,423 rushing yards this season and 34 rushing touchdowns. Berwick is undefeated right now. And, they just had a fantastic year. In Hanover area, they made some strides this year. They went 6-4, and they have a set of brothers, the Downey brothers, and then head coach Eric Richardson, his 3 kids, the quarterback Logan and Connor and Brody. They've made a huge difference in Hanover area. They won 6 games, and all 6 of them were shutouts, might I add, as well. So big strides for them. Both teams this year had fantastic seasons.
And we're in for a pretty decent game, right?
I say so.
All right, and another pretty good game from a different undefeated team. Berwick did go undefeated. Now North Pocono also went undefeated. They've got a home game. They are number 1 seed. They take on number 4 Crestwood in 4A. Go ahead, J-Man.
Yeah, so this is an interesting game, and I think it would have been a little bit more interesting. Jaden Shedlock for Crestwood, the guy is super, super talented, but always the injury bug, right? And it's just been a continuing story for Crestwood. And, in any other season, you might think, oh, this is going to be a spectacular matchup. And it may yet be. I mean, silly things happen, but I'm going to tell you right now, North Pocono is 10-0. They don't have any names in the back of their jerseys. Every name on the back of their jersey says family on it. And that's a total testament to how tight a group that they play. And they've got a couple of guys, and one in particular, a do-it-all guy named Cole West, who's a junior. He's a wide receiver, defensive back. The guy is all over the field, and you can't kick the ball to him. Because he's a danger to run it back every time. So North Pocono has rolled this year. I don't expect that they will stop tonight, but I do think Crestwood could give them a run. It's an interesting look that they're probably not used to.
And again, probably in for a pretty decent game there. Jake, I want to go back to you, and I want to keep it in 4A. I just feel like this is necessary. We need to talk about the Dallas team that's rattled off, 4 in what? And it's just going to be great. They're playing Valley View. They're the 3 seed, Valley View the 2 seed. Pretty close records. Talk to us about that game.
I mean, Dallas, they started off the year kind of slow, and they're a young team too, for sure. This is the game that I'm covering tonight up at Valley View. But Dallas, they've gotten hot at the right time, I think, and they have the Geske connection, as we like to call it. Talon and Logan Geske. Talon, the quarterback, only a sophomore, and they're a young team. Like I said, a lot of freshmen and sophomores playing, but you can't count out Coach Rich Manello. I mean, we all know that in District 2. But Valley View themselves, they also kind of had a down year as well, for their standards at least. They've been, they finished the year 6-4, but they did struggle in a couple games. And they have a good running game. They usually always do. Tyler Mashal and then Caleb Brown, the quarterback. So this should be a very, very, very good game.
And yes, and I 100% agree. I want to go to you. J-Man. Dunmore and Riverside, two favorites around here as far as tradition and getting things done and success, especially within the past couple of years. And so let's talk about this game. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, listen, we could do an entire show, an entire day just on Dunmore Riverside. I mean, if Riverside didn't have Old Forge as their rival, it'd be Dunmore, the way these guys have gone at it the last few years especially. I do want to say our very own traveling Matt is going to be covering this game tonight. He's coming in, and listen, he only travels to games if he knows they're going to be good. So guess what? He's going to Dunmore Riverside tonight. Everybody knows Riverside, Tavian Branch, the defensive lineman. He's got almost 30 D1 offers. The kid is amazing. He's a terrifically talented athlete. Their quarterback, Braden Rose, he's a two-sport star. He plays basketball. That's another kid that you just can't kick the ball to because he's a danger to run it back anytime. But I'm going to tell you this. The thing about Dunmore is they've gotten better as the season's gone on. They've had a tough schedule, and they've gotten better as the season's gone on. They've got a quattro of guys who can hit you on offense. Quarterback Weston Yanone, running back Ryan Mecca, his brother fullback Brandon Mecca, and fullback Xavier Burke. Those guys can really get it done on the ground, but it's not that. It's defense. It's the herd of Bucks defense. So I think this could be a terrific battle over there in Taylor tonight.
Yeah, and we are in for a good one. And Dunmore surely going to be a force to be reckoned with upcoming. Jake, wanted to go to you. You've pulled some notes on a pretty it's a big, heavy-hitting game. Number 4, Hazleton. Although they come in at 1-9, they play Wilkes-Barre, who's fallen off a little bit. They're 6-4. Talk to me about that game. What can we say here?
Yeah, so I want to go back to the regular season matchup between these two teams. 35-21 was the final. Hazleton gave them some trouble. Hazleton did finish the year 1-9. The 6A bracket is sub-regional with District 4. But Wilkes-Barre area, they're a complete team. Like, they got a lot of guys that are really good and a lot of speed. Davon Underwood is someone that comes to mind. The quarterback Jake Howell threw for over 2,000 yards. He actually broke the Wyoming Valley Conference passing record this year. So he's had a fantastic year. And they've just, Trayvon Gambitsky, he's played great as well. They just have a lot of speed. Hazleton area, like I said, struggled 1-9. Some guys for them are going to be Freddie Corrado at quarterback and Ashton Carlick, who's been the running back as well. So should be a competitive game. Those teams know each other well. And like I said, that regular season matchup was close.
Yeah, and you know what? I think whenever you got two heavy hitters, it's just too much of everybody's got backups and all this other stuff. Very, very rich as far as depth is concerned. Could be an interesting one. Okay, the game you are going to, J-Man, Scranton Prep at Wyoming area, and it's fixing to be a good one. Tell us why you think that.
Yeah, let me tell you why. So Wyoming area, the home team, they're 9-1. Their only loss is to Berwick. And I saw that game, and I've seen Wyoming area twice this year. And to a man, if you ever talk to those guys, they don't ever think anybody gives them enough respect, and they play that way. They're tough, and they've gotten a bit better as the season's gone on. Their defense, especially against the run, has gotten really, really good. They've focused heavily on it. Big Max Getsy on the line on both ways. That guy is solid, and he's real good. And they've got any number of players that can run the ball. But on the Scranton Prep side, these guys always start off the year with a really tough schedule, and they were hit with the double whammy this year because the guy I believe is the best two-way player in District 2, Will McPartland, missed the first 3 games this year. He is so hard to deal with, both quarterback, throwing the ball, running the ball, but especially on defense. Like on defense, he's terrific. That's why I say he's the best two-way player. And he is back. He's fully healthy again. And I just think that this is a crazy good game. These teams haven't played each other this year, met in the playoffs last year. Going to be a banger of a game.
Yes, and another one, I guess I ought to start doing some talking here, right? I'm just sitting in the back here.
Yeah.
I have number 3 Delaware Valley at number 2 Pittston area tonight, and I know Jake's licking his chops right now to talk about Pittston. Give me a second, Jake. I got to talk about just how great Delaware Valley has had, what great of a ride they've had coming back. You play a couple tough teams at the beginning of the year. You kind of get beat around, but they have done a great job facing adversity, coming back and finishing 500, especially with their schedule. A couple of guys that I got a chance to see, Colin McGarvey, last Thursday against Scranton, and he was just every single time he thought he was down and out. He just wasn't. He passed for 1,600 passing yards on the button. That's just fantastic. With Isolino, who's run for almost 1,200 yards. He's going to break that probably tonight. And then from Pittston area standpoint, Brody Spindler looking to eclipse 1,000 yards right here, as well as Lucas Lepresto. And I also want to just quick shout to the offensive linemen have just been fantastic. I think it's going to be fireworks, especially my boy Gunnar Zaladonis, who's been able to block.
Yep.
Jake, you mentored Gunnar Zaladonis.
I used to play for Pittston area. A little side note quick, and Gunnar was a freshman on the offensive line with me when I was a senior.
Yes, good stuff. All right, 4:20 here at WILK. And it is time for 2020 traffic and weather.